Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another thrilling episode of I Totally Didn't Die, Guys. Seriously, which is actually Rage Across New York, Living World of Darkness, Werewolf Venue, stuff like that. So in this particular case, Stoneclaw has returned, not terribly gloriously, to the Sept in the company of the Hunters of the Lost and one hotfix in a big old van. And it seems that Hotfix has seen fit to not only bring them home, but to make sure that each took their turn reporting to the warder. Oh boy! So once Stoneclaw has been cleansed, which I'm assuming we were allowed to hand wave because I pointed out he would have to do it before we came in.
Yes, it seems so. I have no
Yes.
intention to dick anybody today. I'm not in the mood.
That's awful nice of you there, buddy. So after a glorious hand waved rite of cleansing, Stoneclaw has been marched, as it were, in Lupus because fuck Hamid as soon as they got in the van. Just fuck it. Marched along to report to the warder wherever he happens to hold himself up. And probably abandoned with the equivalent of a good luck fucker and left to sing her song.
It won't take long for you to see the water approaching you in the Lupus form.
Her favorite.
Mhm.
So it does, and I assume he just has a cabin or something of his own.
Oh, contemplates?
Yeah, I have no
He
idea where he
has
lives.
many cabinets. He has many soft beds.
Many soft beds. Well, then she will, assuming he's approaching in Lupus, and thus probably not from indoors, will hop down the steps to the cabin's porch and promptly just kind of tumble roll.
He will look at her and he will circle her, looking at her, checking for shit that's not supposed to be there.
She will, especially as he doesn't immediately let her up, will make sure that she is more properly set with like at least one set of legs in the air so that her tummy is appropriately visible.
After a
And
good while, he
she
will,
presents no injuries. Yay!
and then he allows her to get up. What happened?
Uh, yes. Everything happened.
Explain to me.
The hunters came to me and asked if I would go with them on a hunt. And I said yes, because I like hunting. So we went into the scar, into the dark and tainted bad places of the scar, with big goopy things on the buildings. And we go into one, with smiles leading us. We are very sneaky. Okay, Coles was not as sneaky, but was kind of sneaky. The others take forms of things like Banes. I do not. I fail. But I am sneaky. And we sneak through this place. We are almost caught by bats, almost seen by things, but manage to get far. And then we find a place with many doors, many halls. And each time we go into these halls, into these passages, Smiles loses his way. He says that the smell that he is following moves, and he cannot tell where we are going. They said it was kind of like a moon bridge, that the places were twisted and went far different places. But we come out. We go around many, many eggs where monsters are being made, where Gaian spirits are being turned into bad things. And we want to stop, but we have mission. So we go. And we find a place with many, many boars, but they are wrong. The others say these should not be in the Umbra. They should be in the Tellurian. But they are here. And there are three big, very big spiders hanging on the ceiling. They see calls and sense her and come down and try to speak, doing the clicking, but we do not understand it. And finally, we are forced to fight these spiders, and we kill them, all of them. And then we keep going. We go deeper and deeper until we hear a roar, very loud, almost like a howl. It was from a wolf's throat, but is not a howl. Is full of anger and hate, puts all the fur on our bodies up, and then howls back. And we go. And we run. The others sneak. I run down the middle to be the bait. But when we get into the room that this sound come from, there is nothing there. There is a green fire and nothing else. We surround the fire. I bark at fire, but nothing happens. And then something does happen. A voice says it will tell us a story about the cub who attacked a black fury. And then my body moved without me. And I tried to bite and hurt calls. I tried several times to hurt calls. But Smiles came and tackled me to the ground. Well, not to the ground. I am very good at standing up. But he comes and runs himself into me to remind me that I am just cub. And suddenly I am not doing the things anymore. And she gets a little more intensive, like kind of rolls herself onto her side, pawing at the ground a bit. And then a bane, a thing, a bad spirit came, and he was black, but he was big, and he was a wolf, and he had chains on him. He looked like Fenris, like the pictures, like the shrine. But he was black and bad and wrong. There were others trying to do things to us, hurting us, but we could not see them. We could not fight them. So she kind of shakes her head, thinks about it for a second. You can imagine she gets kind of lost in battle, so it's taking her a bit of work. We fight as best we can. And then the one they called Renz came out of the shadows in the middle of us. And he attacked Smiles. And we tried very hard to fight him. But the Bane and this Renz and the ones we cannot see are doing things that control us, that hurt us. Renz hit Coles once, and she just went stiff-legged and could not fight. So we make a plan, and Katori makes a mirror on the floor for me. He bends the Umbra. So I run, and I go through, and then the rest of them are able to snap through into the Tellurian, where they cannot hide in the shadows, where they cannot use this Bane. And we fight them as best we can. We bit them many times, but they did not fall. So finally, I am told, run. And I do not want to, but I run. and I crash out of window. Switch to Hamid before crash, but crash out of window. And the others come crash out of window. And we have to run. Smiles was hurt very bad, could not walk. I had to carry him. But we get out, and the one who told the story before started to tell a story again about how the Uktena ran back into the building. Calls had to tackle him, make him stop. But finally, we get out and we run. But there were many, many of the tainted humans, and they chase us into the alleys. So we send Uktena to get us a way out, to tell the Guardians. And we try to get away from them in the alleys, but they follow. So finally, we take Talon. We pour all of our gnosis into the Talon. All of it. And we throw it into, they call it a dumpster. And then I throw the dumpster very hard into the things following us. And we run because it explodes in fire. And then Hotfix came with the van. We get in the van. I had to remind Smiles that we had to get in the van. But we get there, and he takes us away.
Mercy kind of just listens intently to your story. Doesn't really say much until you stop.
There's like ear perks. Like they're kind of smushed by the ground because she's still like upside down, but ear perks.
Do you know if you were followed? Could you smell anything?
No. The ones that chased us, they chase on foot, and we hit them with dumpster, and then get in van. So I cannot smell well when I do not have my nose, but unless they follow in car, I do not think they can follow. But the spirals, they did not chase us on foot. I do not know what they did. I did not see them leave after we come out of window.
Shakes his head. I will talk with the rest of your party to see what else they can tell me about the situation. He nods once.
It was very hard fight. Hardest fight. Smiles tore the leg off of the one called Ren's, though.
Is Ren's dead?
No, we did not kill any. We had to run. We hurt them, but did not kill.
Alright. Anytime Olaf wants to walk in, he can.
Yeah, eventually Olaf rolls up. He did declare his intention to go collect his cub.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take him too long to figure out what's going on. At which point he shows up as the odd man out in Hamid and extends his neck to contemplate the mercy.
There's happy Tunlol, but it is upside down Tunlol, so it's like going towards her nose.
Mm-hmm. Tell Stone Cold finally to get up.
She scuffles up into his sit, gives herself a little shake to throw off some dust. Oh, Katori made me very, very strong. It was good.
Shakes his head. Your cub did well.
She has done well consistently. Of all the Arun that I trained, only 2 have been as strong as her.
Tungmal, so happy.
Kind of looks back at Stoneclaw.
You see Happy Wolf face.
Kind of.
She might have started to tail wag, but she gets looked at, so it just like stops.
Something you wanted to ask?
I can do that now.
Shakes his head.
I talked to Smiles before. I told him that I could hear that the spirits were singing for me, but I know 2 totems that are right. I do not know how to choose. I know that what Griffin wants is right, but I know that if I do as Fenrir wants and become strong, then once I am strong, I can also do what Griffin wants. And no one will be able to tell me no.
Looks at Stoneclaw again. So, the question is very simple. Do you think humans are of Gaia?
I think they can be.
Do you think they can be helped?
Some, but not all. They should not be so many. They should not live in the scars and make them fester so Gaia cannot heal. Their numbers should be as small as Mykin's numbers, so that they must live with Gaia instead of on Gaia.
With that knowledge, you've already made your decision.
Head tilt.
If you believe that humans can be helped, even in the slightest, and that they are of Gaia, then you have already made your decision.
Does
If you
Griffin not think this?
Most people who follow Griffin have strong animosity against those that walk on 2 legs. They dislike them
I do
for what they
dislike
do
them,
to Gaia.
and for that reason. But only humans kill all of something.
Most Talons believe that they cannot be helped.
I think that the ones can learn to be of Gaia. They can live and be of Gaia. But the ones who will stay in the scar, that will dig up her bones to make scars, they must go. So
Then
Gaia can
become,
heal.
then become strong and help the ones that can be helped.
I do not think that they would think I was helping.
Making decisions is the first step when one gains rank. Oftentimes you will be at the front, There are those that will look to you for answers, and you will respond.
Yes. Just gonna side
There,
glance at Olaf too, by the way. See how his expression is set up.
It's fairly neutral.
Okay.
Every guru makes decision on totem for various reasons. Sometimes it is lineage, the sacred blood. Sometimes it is because it is what is closest to them. And sometimes it is because only that tribe happens to be in the area. But even when you come into totem, there will be decisions that are just you and your way of pursuing. If you think you cannot do this thing without becoming strong, Fenris is the totem of great strength.
Yes. Fenris is like me, but much bigger. Much, much bigger. I like him. But Griffin is right to be angry at humans for killing all of things, for hurting Gaia and keeping her hurt so she cannot heal.
pain leads to one path, but learning from the pain is a lesson that most guru find hard to learn. You are strong. You are smart. You learn.
Yes. But if I follow Fenris, will he let me do these things? Will I have to die for glory, or can I do the things to make Gaia stronger?
Fitness only cares about you being strong and being able to not run when the challenge comes. He is very simple. He does not deal in confusion in wordplay.
Yes. Like a great wolf should be. Yes.
Cares for your strength, Stoneclaw.
I
What
have
you
that.
what you do with it as a guy in guru, that is your choice.
Arun will lead, as they always have, and you will make a choice.
Besides, you may be in good company. Believe it or not, there are plenty of people in every tribe who feel very similarly about the human population problem.
As do I. I feel the same way you do.
I was surprised. I talked to your Dr. Mega,
Mm.
and he agreed with me. He said there would have to be another Impergium for Gaia to live. I think he is right.
A far dream.
He's not far. I get strong fast. She like does the little paw stomp. And when I am big and no one can tell me no, I do what I want.
It's usually how it works. He kind of just does like the head tilt. No confusion. We won't play words. It's just like, yeah, she's right. You're big enough, nobody tells you no.
Just strength. If you
So
follow
there,
the path of strength, Fenris is where you go.
and Fenris will not be angry that this is what I want. That I want things much like Griffin wants, as long as I am strong.
Shakes his head.
I have slain many in battle.
So,
I am not talking about battle. Humans are not a battle. They are prey. They just don't remember.
Right.
Not all of my combatants had arms.
Head tilt. They did not have arms.
Well, not when I was done with them, but did not have weapons. The veil needed to be preserved. There were many, many in that factory. They needed to be dealt with. So we dealt.
There are many, many. You know that there has to be an impergium because they cannot eat if they do not cage Gaia.
One day. But not today. But one day.
She gets a bit of a look, not necessarily disagreement, but you're like, not today. And she's like, oh, you say that. Essentially, it's right there on her face. It's like, you say that.
Speak. He looks at Stoneclaw.
It can be today. It can be yesterday. It can be tomorrow. Just have to preserve the veil. But once the humans are gone, Gaia can take the scar again. She can grow. With help, she can heal.
What about the Hamas that conceived Guru?
The kin?
Shakes his head. Some do not know. What about them?
The ones who... She looks confused for a second.
Some of the kin do not know their kin. They are lost amongst the numbers.
But they will see us. Yes.
They will not know.
But they will not fall to the ground weeping. Do we
Somewhat.
not know our kin?
Take, for example, the one that was trained to the tree. Looks to Olaf.
He did not know what he was until the day he became it.
Some cling very closely to that belief. Some want very desperately to be human. They quickly learn that they are not.
Then they will learn. I do not want to kill kin.
Then you will have to learn to tell the difference and put blame where blame is.
Yes.
There are ways of doing that.
I
A
want
guru who can do that.
them chased into Gaia, where they will live with Gaia, or they will die with Gaia. They cannot hide in the scars and make them fester. When they are there, the weaver is there. And when the weaver is there, it hides the worm. And the worm makes the scars fester.
But first, you must become so big and so strong, so high in rank that no one can tell you no.
I will do this.
Moth nods.
Not.
That is not the hard part. That is not the question. This is a thing I will do. And so she gets contemplative again. There's like the rhythmic ear twitching as she processes various ideas at her very admirably slow rate. And she'll cock a glance up again. I do not think that smiles will teach me if I do this.
Smiles is not the only lupus on set.
No.
There are many lupus that have many different opinions. Smiles is just very vocal about his.
He may be angry. He may express these things.
But
You
you are
cannot
strong.
please all.
But you are strong. And you make right.
I do. Perhaps once I have been strong under Fenris, and I show him that I still do these things that Griffin wants, he will not be so mad.
Careful. Starting to sound like me.
I don't.
Kind of laughs. Much as a wolf can laugh.
You can like do funny chuffy noises.
He will make funny chuffy noises.
Let the guru of the tribes see the bonds between them first, and the histories and rivalries second. This is a thing I pursue.
Many are very capable of being angry and wrong.
Smiles is angry for the right reasons. He does not get sad at the things that happen. He gets angry. Like Griffin.
Kind of looks to the way he's talking. You see contemplates get really quiet. You could see it's very obvious. He's not trying to hide it that is something that he wants to say.
Like the ears go flip forward
Yeah.
inquisitively. She's not going to vocally prompt him, but she'll look really expectant.
You would not understand the words.
Teach me the words.
Kind of looks to Olaf. How much English does she understand?
She picks up very quick.
Does she understand complex thoughts?
She does. She just does not like them.
Yes.
Will this be another episode of knock knock jokes? Looks at Olaf.
I am not good at knock knock jokes. I do not like them. I do not knock on door. I go through door.
This is a very simple way. If most people actually took that logic, the world would be defeated.
Indeed.
Especially not by doors.
Exactly.
They are the worst. I do not like them. They are hard
But-
to open.
Doors are troublesome.
Yes.
But with that, contemplates will explain. Smiles is very. He is filled with strong emotions. Strong emotions need places to go. If someone does not know where to put strong emotions and only sees the feeling of anger, the reason behind being angry becomes clouded.
She mulls that over for a hot minute. I think that it is easier than the others think it is. When Smiles says why he is angry, he says exactly why. He does not say, "This is because of you." He says, "It is because of these things." And that is when the others become angry and think that his anger is because of them. or that it is meant to hurt them. It is very simple. They make it complicated because they can't turn off their human mind. And everything in the human mind is complicated.
Complications are simple if one is willing to look.
I think they do not want to see the easy answer. They want it to be complicated. So they make it that way.
The easy answer would be to oftentimes do by action.
Yes.
If I did this, there would be many wounded guru, for I am angered very much by some of the things that they do. We need soldiers. Soldiers must fight. Lessons must be learned.
Yes.
Lessons can be taught. Humans can be taught. Not everyone believes humans can be taught. Not everyone believes humans are of Gaia.
Not all, but some.
Some are confused, others are not.
Some do not know anymore how to be of Gaia. They will learn or they will die, as is the way of Gaia. Smiles has told me of the place that is as the world was when things were right, when Gaia was strong, and how there are humans there, but they live with Gaia. They have burrows. They have no boxes to live in. They hunt and they dig for food like they are supposed to. And sometimes they are eaten by other predators, as they should be.
Sometimes, when you grow strong, you will learn more truths.
Yes.
And that's the way he leaves it.
In the end, me and my cousin, we could talk all night. The choice will always be yours.
I will accept you either way.
As will I.
And she kind of glances between them and then kind of laxes from her more alert, more kindly, keenly listening posture to something just more comfortable.
That, what you did just there,
Yes.
that is what you must teach the humans.
She looks perplexed. The ears do like the cattywampus, like one going this way, one going that way
Mhm.
thing. To do what? To accept and live.
To think.
They think too much already.
And teach them to think more simply.
Yes. Hmm. Is harder. Everything is complicated now. I don't like it.
Chuff, chuff, chuff. With that, he will ask Stoneclaws, would you like to hunt? I am hungry.
Always,
Time for third dinner.
always hungry. Fought very much. And you have spared Olaf scrounging through his fridge, god damn it. I was gonna go pull that shit open and just pull everything out of it.
Just eat everything.
Like take the biggest piece of Tupperware and like climb under his couch with it. The couch is knocked half sideways.
When next Stoneclaw looks at Olaf, he's in lupus. I could eat.
You're always hungry.
Yes. Is good. Get stronger.
Yes.
I guess they go hunt.
Yes. They go and terrorize the rabbit population because there's nothing bigger in this park.
I guess we eat several hundred rabbits.
Yes. All the bunnies. There's a great lessening of the local population. If only because Olaf and Stoneclaw are hunting at the same time. I don't know how much Contemplates eats, but damn.
Let's just hope that the spirits provide enough bunnies to sate them all.
There will never be enough bunnies.
Bunnies, in my recollection, mate very fast. There are many that are reproduced. And so the cycle of life continues.
Yes. Well, in that case, that seems like a fabulous place to go with the whole thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, ST for ST. And thank you, watchers, because I saw at least one person creeping. Maybe two. And we will see you next time on the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.